Hey guys, welcome back to Titanium Man Garage. And if you saw the last videos of the 700, if you remember, I bought this in an auction and it came from a dealership and they thought the transmission was toast. And as you've seen in my video, it just turned out it was the shift gear. That would be right behind here. So I ordered a new shift gear and I robbed one from another machine and she shifts really good now. Goes through the gears. I went trail riding up in Crivets with it last weekend. It's a fun ride. I am going through the carb because it seems to bog out after, I shouldn't even say bog, it just flattens out after 45 miles an hour. And I don't know, I had a 700 years ago and I got that thing up to 65, 70 on a farm field. So I'm gonna take that carb out, clean it up, see what's going on. It might be the diaphragm. So I won't know until I tear it apart. But in my last video, I had said, what would cause that gear to break that's behind here? So as you know, you gotta push the brake pedal to be able to shift, to go through all the gears. And then, I shouldn't say all the gears, just park in high. So press that, goes into high. And like I said, what causes that? So I can see if I can get you in here. You see that spring down here? Let's see if I can get my hand. The spring right here. Those weaken up. If you can get a replacement spring, I haven't checked. Partzilla might have it. And then you have this plunger that goes to the spring. Well, what was going on is, you know, when you push the foot pedal, you can see that plunger pulling in and out. There's a rubber boot on there and it dry rotted and it wasn't allowing the plunger to pull completely out. It was actually holding it in place. So what I did two things. One, I cut the rubber boot away. I left a little bit on so that little piston in there doesn't seize up. And two was I backed the bolt off. All right, I'm gonna try to get you in here. This is hard to do with the footboard in the way. I actually removed the footboard to do this. Oops. I like that here. So there is right about here. You can put a wrench on there, and I believe I got on there with a 19 millimeter. And what I did was I turned this out. I backed it out about 5 or 6 turns, and then, like I said, in that plunger, it pushes up on what releases the gear into high or park. So what was going on was the guy was jamming it, and he busted that inner shift gear behind here. If you see my previous video, you know what I'm talking about. I wish I had it torn apart so I could show you exactly what I'm talking about. So what I did was I backed off that bolt, and now I can press the brake pedal and I can shift into high very easily now. There's low. Press on the brake pedal. Goes into high. Some guys even bypass this. So I still have my foot on the pedal. I can shift all the way into park. Now if I let my foot off the brake, it just goes to low. And then, as you know, you gotta press the brake pedal, and it goes into high. So that's my little quick tip of the day. They said that little piston in there was seizing up, and the guy just kept jamming it into high gear, and guess what happened? Those inner gears broke. It was only a $35 part, so easy fix. This thing ran really good on the trails. I had to do some work on the front suspension. The tie rods were a little worn, so I replaced those. The bushing here by the steering stem, that was worn out, so I replaced that. She's nice and tight. She doesn't vibrate. So I hope you like this little quick tip of the day. If your shifter is really stiff when you hit the brake pedal and it won't shift into high gear, try that little trick. Check that rubber boot, see if it's dry rotted, not allowing the piston to pull out. Cut that back a little bit, back off that bolt, and that'll actually release some tension from that, that shifter stop. All right, so I'm gonna take this carb apart, clean it up, because this thing should go faster than 40-45 miles an hour. But hey guys, hope you like this little quick tip of the day. My little cheat, if like I said, you're having shifter issues, before you break anything, maybe give that a shot if your shifting is really stiff, because otherwise you might end up with the same problem this was. But good deal for me, because they thought the transmission was shot and nobody bid on it because of that. So I got a sweet running machine for $1,200 and a $35 part. Gotta love it. All right guys, till next time.